Well, I guess it's an honor to be inducted, but I really don't know what for. But I told somebody I should be wearing a striped shirt. I refereed more games than I broadcast. While I was broadcasting, of course.
Yeah. Tell me about calling Murray State games in those years because radio was the only way people could get the game.
Well, they, I hope that they could see them in their mind. That's the way I had to cover the games this year. The first few games that I saw the last few games, but when I started out, I had the picture in my mind as playing in the old racer arena. Neil Bradley calling the games, and I saw every game in the old racer arena still this year until I recovered from I had a little bit of incapacity and I recovered and I've been to the last four games and they're as good a defensive team as we've ever had.
Well, tell me a little bit about those teams that Cal had back when you were calling.
Well, I don't want to start mentioning too many names, but of course Jim Jennings was, in my opinion, the best rebounder that Cal had, and Langston might match him, but I haven't seen many others that could. And you've heard of the Auburn Shuffle, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
It started at Oglethorpe University.
Yeah.
Oglethorpe, that was one of the small schools that we played, and they ran the shuffle, and Auburn copied it later on. But Cal, he solved it. I remember the last year that we played Oglethorpe, I think they scored 17 points in the first half. He he uh, he was a good tactician.
What do you recall of the first NCAA trip, 1964?
Well, the one up at Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah.
Well, I recall some of our kids stole the elevator. They commandeered the elevator, and I remember that was funny. They uh, you remember Ken Peterson?
Uh-huh. Yep.
I had a dual purpose in mind when I went to Evanston. I was trying to pass my third ticket, FCC broadcast license ticket, and Pete met me at the hotel we stayed in Evansville and brought me to town. And fortunately, I got my first class license or third class license while I was there. Uh, I don't remember Pete and Mike O'Riordan and uh, I forget the other kid that was part. They called them Bill Barker coached that team. It was a you're gonna have to edit a lot of this.
Well, that's okay. But I remember we jumped out on them really quick. Remember
Do
that? This, against Loyola.
do what?
We jumped out on them with a big lead.
Yeah, we jumped out on them to a big lead, and they uh, they came back, and Stu Johnson was on that team, and most of that team spent the summer camp that summer in a cabin I owned down on the Kentucky Lake because they're not their coach, but a former Murray newspaper man was up there, and he brought them down here to spend a week on the lake. But I don't remember his name.
Well, Chuck, how does it make you feel to have all this fuss over you tonight?
All this what?
All this fuss over you tonight.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, and and in my case, I think it's overdone. But Ron and the players, that's justified, and I'm proud of them.
Well, what are you going to say tonight when you get up to talk?
I haven't decided yet, but I'll think of something.